The main point of the repeat loop is that it allows us to execute something a specified number of times. In this case, I have a lonely circle wandering around and I want to give it some company. Say I want to have exactly 10 circles wandering around. So what I would do is I simply surround all the nodes that are involved in the animation with a repeat loop. Now, as I do this, the connection to the renderer gets lost because there can never be a direct connection from a pin inside of any region to the outside. So we always have to go via a region bar. In this case, we're choosing the Splicer bar, and now we already see why we can't connect to the input, because the input takes a layer, but the Splicer has already collected the results of all the iterations of the loop into a spread. So we have a spread of layer that doesn't connect to a single layer. But there is a node that converts from spread of layer to a single layer. That's the group spectral. Now I can finish this connection. But we still don't see anything because the repeat loop has this one input pin called iteration count. And this specifies the number of times the loop executes. So if I set this to 10 now, we will see 10 circles walking around. You can still use input splicers like with the for each loop. So I can simply create an IO box out here, set it to 2, give it 2 colors. And you see that the amount of items in this spread does not influence the total count of the repeat. So the iteration count of the repeat loop always wins, no matter if you feed in a spread with a larger or a lower spread count. In case of a larger spread, the items above the iteration count would simply be discarded, ignored. In this case, where the spread has a lower number than the iteration count, the question is, how are these 2 colors applied to the circles? And we can easily visualize this by simply returning the colors here again. And then you see that they are applied in an alternating fashion. Otherwise, the repeat loop behaves exactly like the for each loop. That means you can use the break, the index, and the keep. But in order to understand how these work, please have a look at the video with the title, How to Use a For Each Loop.